Good afternoon. Welcome. It's the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you for a minute. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You can call in 513-717-5464. 513, 717-5464. That's the number to get on board. Oh boy, I've had a long day already, but I'm here. But I'm here. Um, as usual, come on in if you don't mind. Come in, say hello. Tell me where you're checking me out from. Um, and then you know how we do. We go from there. We go from there. We got Robert Willis. Robert in the house. Good afternoon, Robert. Got McConnell in the house. Good afternoon. He said, "What's up, everybody?" 513-717-5464. It's the number to get on board. Rick Owens. Hello, King and fam from Coleraine. How you doing, sir? Anthony, I try to not say sir and ma'am because you never know, or at least I never know. I'm a big yes, sir, yes, ma'am person. I don't have to know you. You in the store and you like, you know, can I help you with that? I'm like, thank you, sir. You're like, hey, can I help you? Thank you, ma'am. No, ma'am. I got that. I've gotten in trouble. I'm not a sir. You got a beard. Okay. You're not a sir. My bad. But you can't be mad at me for thinking you a sir if you look like a dude with a full beard. It's just not fair. But it happens. So I'm working on not saying sir or ma'am. Just yes and no and thank you and you're welcome. Stuff like that. I have gotten in for real. I've gotten in trouble saying yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. It's the truth. So that's something I'm working on. Let's see. Preston. Good afternoon, Preston. Erica. Good afternoon. Got Lonzo in the house. Good afternoon. Let's see. LaDonna. Good afternoon. LaDonna. Price Hill. East Price Hill. Erica says she's checking in from Reading. All right, Reading. We got McConnell who was checking in from Springdale. All right. Got Peachy, Jacqueline. I see you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I can't call you Jacqueline. I got to call you Peachy. That's how I know you. Jerica or Jerica. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We got Dwayne in the house. Good afternoon. Valerie. Good afternoon. She says, great day, great, powerful people from the West Side. Valerie, ain't that normally what Kenneth says? We got Regina in the house. What's up? Good afternoon, Regina. Andrea, good afternoon. Checking in from Gulf Manor. Brent, of course, from Dallas, Texas. Checking in. Oh, from I-30. Brenda in Fairfield checking us out. Breenie checking us out from North College Hill. We got Victor in Hyde Park. Good afternoon, Victor. Got Keisha checking in from Alabama. All right, we got Alabama in the house. We're going to be international before you know it. Somebody going to be like, I'm checking in from the Isle of Samoa. I'm not sure if that's actually, I have to check it out. I mean, I know, that's what they used to say in wrestling. From the Isle of Samoa. I don't think that's what it's called. We got Terry. Well, good afternoon, Keisha. Good afternoon. We got Terry. Good afternoon. Downtown checking in. Valerie say you start more S. Y'all know me. I don't cuss. I don't say the words. Jerica says, I have a deep voice for a woman, and I've been called sir before in my job on the crisis line. Your voice, I've heard you talk. Your voice don't sound like no man. Your voice don't sound like a man. My OSHA checking in, planning a weekend getaway for her and her rich husband. Yeah, they doing a yacht or something like that. They doing some rich people stuff. We got Fame in the house. Fame says he's out here in Groesbeck. Groesbeck checking in. Jeannie. She says she'll be back. She got to go take a break. That quick? It's been like less than 6 minutes. We got Carlos Winburn, Charlie's little boy. He ain't no little boy. I'm teasing him. Good afternoon, Carlos, checking in from Vegas. I always like Carlos. Let me see. We got Pamela Kinney checking us out. Pamela Kinney, North Avondale in the house. Peachy and Coleraine. All right. We got Mike in Trenton, Ohio. Oh, let's see. Fame says, I'd go to Samoa any day and come home with an interior defensive lineman. I didn't know you. No, I'm not judging you. But I didn't know. So, okay. And look, if you go to Samoa and come home with an interior defensive lineman, I will wish y'all the happiest life ever. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can legally get married now, so y'all don't even have to like live in sin. You and your defensive lineman can live it up. Live, love, and be happy. We got Daryl in the house. I don't want to judge nobody. I wouldn't do it. But, I'm not gay. So that's reasonable. There would be no yacht. And then you got to call me a slur? Why I got to be a dinga? But you know what? I say that, and people come up to me now like, why do y'all be calling each other dinga? What do that mean? One of these days I'll get into it, but it's a slur. It's a substitute for a racial slur. Daryl says he's checking in from Forest Park. Jeannie, I don't do that soror stuff. I don't like them fraternities and sororities. Don't start that. Jerica says he's gay. Well, I mean, if you go somewhere and you come home with a man, wouldn't you assume that would be a gay dude? Or bisexual at the least? If I tell you I'm going to Mexico and I'm coming home with a man, you're going to be like, I didn't know that was how you got down. So, yeah, I didn't know. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not judging. My Osha says, Anthony, y'all really believe Emanuel? I ain't balling no matter what he said. She is lying. Why? Why are you lying? Why you always lying? Why? You don't have to lie about it. Oh my goodness. Ain't nothing wrong with being rich. Crystal checking in from Hamilton. Let's say Negro is a dinga kinga. We got Janice in the house. LaDonna says, who's gay? Well, Fame, look, I'm not going to say he's gay. He said he'd love to go to Samoa and come home with a defensive lineman. That don't sound heterosexual to me. But again, I'm not judging. Tria in the house. She says, hey, my people. Yeah. We don't. I mean, y'all done heard her talk about the South Lawn and all of that kind of stuff. You got a house. You went to a school. Did y'all go out and play polo on the South Lawn. Nobody from CPS can say that. That's some rich people stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Jason in the house, checking in. He said he checking in from the field. She can greet her soror. Stop hating. No, I will not stop hating. As a matter of fact, Crystal, I think I'm putting you in the group that I'm hating on. And you might not even be, but you talking about soror. So that sounds like the nonsense kind of sorority, fraternity lingo. So I'm hating on you too. Let's see. Jabbar says, what's good? Good afternoon, good people. Yes, good afternoon. Oh, I'm really not lying. I live in Avondale. If I were rich, would I live in Avondale? You live in North Avondale. And yes, a lot of rich people live in North Avondale. We all know that. Diane says, can't see the comments. Oh, my bad. I'll put the comment overlay on. They didn't play polo on the South Lawn. They did archery on the South Lawn. And that's not a joke. It's real. It's real. They must have denied your application. You can still pledge. It's not too late. First, I didn't know there was an application. I wouldn't want to pledge. And that's that. See, that's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. That's these elitist organizations. I say elitist because they think they're better than other people. So anyone who doesn't, participate in that, somehow they would, they didn't want you. And what type of organization wouldn't want just regular good people? Elitist organizations who think they better than other people. That's what kind. Emanuel not down with the hazing. I am not down with the hazing. Not at all. Quintano say what's good. What's up? Lakeisha, she say that's not true. I'm not sure what's not true. But if you say it's not true, it's probably not true. Possibly. A chance. Let me see. What do we have to talk about today? If you didn't, I'm not going to play the video, the body cam video from the officer in Kentucky who ended up shooting and killing that man. But there was an officer who killed a man in Kentucky. The Kenton County, what are they over there? District attorney, prosecutor, whatever. He said he's not going to charge the guy. And I agree with him. And I don't know what an officer is supposed to do. When confront this dude. The video that I saw, the guy came off. He was clearly having what I would have perceived. I'm watching on video and I backed up. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, why am I backing up? He ain't coming at me. There's a part of me that wants to play it, but I don't want to play it. But the guy comes out. He's really aggressive. Looking like he is having some sort of a mental episode. And, the officer didn't come out all crazy. He did tell him to sit down. I never do like that. I'm not sitting down. Well, I might sit down. But if I sit down, it's only because I think I'm setting up a lawsuit. Trust me. But somebody says play it. That people, hold on, let me see if I can find it on this daggone Chromecast. Somebody's saying thanks for not playing it. I don't want to play it. Here's what I'll play. I'll see if I can find it and play just a portion of it, just so you can see the very beginning. I'm not showing nobody getting shot. I'm not showing nobody fighting. I'll just show the very beginning so that you can get a feel of, the mindset of the guy and what the officer was kind of dealing with. All right. So hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'm using a Chromebook. A Chromebook. Hold on. So I gotta, and that's if it works right today. No, I'm not gonna show it all, Jason. I'm not gonna show it all. I don't want to watch nobody get killed. I have no desire to watch anybody get killed. So I'm going to show a little bit of it. But again, just the very beginning. Just the very beginning of this body cam video. This will be Channel 9.
County Commonwealth's attorney won't charge a Covington officer. Last Sunday, he shot and killed a man during a struggle.
WCPO 9 News anchor Brett Buganski is live for us in Covington tonight. And Brett, you saw this video. It's graphic, but Sanders felt like that says it all.
This video was about long. We just want to warn you, this could be hard to watch for a lot of people. Nonetheless, Kenton County Commonwealth Attorney Rob Sanders said in this video that you're about to see, when it comes to the officer, Sanders felt there was no doubt in his mind that the officer was justified in using force here.
Hey, bud, what's going on?
This is Body Camera from Covington Police Officer Ethan Livingston speaking to Garen Patey, who's someone accused earlier of acting suspicious and damaging a car.
Can you have a seat so I can talk to you?
About 20 seconds later, Officer Livingston repeatedly tells Patey to stop moving.
Can you have a around? Hey,
I said,
don't.
My mama.
Stop.
The officer pulls out the taser. It escalates from here.
Can you have a seat on the ground? Stop. You stop right there. Stop.
Officer Livingston.
All right, that's enough. I don't want to watch no more of it. But as you see, there was some aggressiveness right out the gate. And the officer, you know what I'm saying? A lot of officers come out and they seem like they own that power trip stuff. I'm not saying they necessarily are, but it definitely seems like it sometimes. This guy didn't seem like that. He, hey, can you sit down for me? Like his tone of voice, the words that he was using, all of that stuff. He didn't, he wasn't coming off exceptionally aggressive. And the guy, it almost sounded like he was growling. He was talking, but it almost sounded like he was growling. I don't know exactly what he said. I think he said the S word. So yeah, it escalated very quickly. He did deploy the taser and he fired shots. Mary says, but 7 shots? Was it 7 or not? Too many bullets for anyone. Again, if you watch it, maybe not. Maybe not. And he says, he says he shot him twice and it didn't faze him. So he shot him a couple more times and he just kept coming. This officer deserves to go home as well. This officer deserves to go home as well. He didn't seem like he came there to harm anyone. And this guy was already on 10 when he got there. And again, I think it was probably a mental episode of some sort. So, while people like to pretend like, oh man, you was so anti-police and all that. No, I'm not anti-police. I'm anti-bad police. But I don't know what this guy may or may not have done the rest of his career. But from the time he activated that body cam to the time that he engaged that guy, the way he engaged that guy and what happened, I'm not sure that he had a whole lot of choice. He didn't have a whole lot of choice. It's sad to see that happen to anyone. And again, I'm not watching. I have no desire to watch a man die. If you want to see it, you can find the video online and you can watch it yourself. Knock yourself out. But I feel for, of course, the guy who ended up dying. His sister at some point came out and basically had to watch her brother die. I feel for her. And I feel for that officer. That officer didn't strike me as, he got up and got out this morning and said, I'm going to go get me some dopers. That's a reference to something that happened in Cincinnati years ago. He didn't actually say dopers. He said the N word, but the officer claimed he said dopers when he was caught on tape saying, give him his gun so he can go out and get some ends. So look, I like to be reasonable about things, and it's a terrible situation. It's a terrible situation. But Blade says I sound like Lincoln Jr. Well, I'm just being honest. Look, I tell the truth. When I perceive the police are wrong or something like that, I'm going to say it. And in this particular case, I don't know that officer was wrong. I don't know that officer was wrong. Police get called for service. They kind of have to show up. They have to show up, and they have to, do their job. Again, he didn't come out like, hollering and screaming and being aggressive and all of that kind of stuff. He came out reasonable. Even if that officer approached me, I'm doing a First Amendment audit, and that officer approaches me and him probably just having a conversation. There's no reason to do anything the way he did it. It was, I hate using the term justified, but I think that officer didn't have much of a choice but to defend himself, because that's what he ended up doing, is defending himself. And he didn't go in. It didn't look to me like he went in thinking, let me kill somebody, or let me, bully somebody. Let me assert my authority over somebody. And you can't say that the man who was killed was necessarily a bad dude. Having a mental issue doesn't make you a bad person. But if me being honest and being able to objectively look at a situation and say, I don't think that officer should have been charged with anything, then if that makes me Lincoln Jr., so be it. So be it. But speaking of somebody who's going to defend police officers no matter what, Danita Pettis, Captain Danita Pettis. I didn't talk about this. She was found to have done nothing wrong. That there was that recording of her kind of cussing somebody out, so to speak. Let me tell you this about Captain Danita Pettis. And again, just to prove that I will tell the truth. I've had a number of interactions with Captain Danita Pettis. And this is what I tell you about old Captain Danita Pettis. She always seemed to be a good, honorable woman to me. She was always respectful. She did question my motives a little bit. She kind of thought I was one of them, cop hater dudes. So she questioned my motives a little bit, but she did that in an honorable, respectful, and we even laughed about it kind of way. Look, I tell the truth. If you seem to be a good person to me, and I've never seen her treat anyone with anything other than respect. I don't follow her around. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow her around or nothing like that. So I don't know how she live her daily life. None of that kind of stuff. I can't, you know. But everything that I saw from her in her professional capacity, she acted as a professional. Every time I interacted with her and every time I've seen her interact with someone in her professional capacity. I got nothing negative to say about Captain Pettis. I don't like the idea, you know, because they say, I was watching Lori Quinlivan, who I guess was her spokesperson. I was watching Lori Quinlivan give some comments, and she said that basically, number one, Captain Pettis was not on duty when this phone conversation happened. I think they said the person that she was speaking with was not an active police officer and someone that she thought was her friend. So she had no reason to believe she was being recorded. What kind of friend does that? What kind of friend secretly records a conversation between them and their friend? You're not a real friend if you're doing that. And then releases it to the public? You're not a friend if you're doing that. You're not a friend. But I got nothing against Captain Pettis. I'm actually kind of glad that they found her having, or they didn't find anything to substantiate any claims that there was any wrongdoing. Ben says, what did she say? She said a lot of cuss words. But there's nothing against the law about cussing somebody, you know. It's not illegal. It's not unprofessional if you're not on duty. And if it's your friend, man, if y'all could hear the way I talk to some of my friends, if y'all could hear the way Lincoln Ware and I talk to each other, for 3 minutes you would swear we about to kill each other, and for the next 3 minutes you would swear that we was old school drinking buddies sitting at the bar having the best time of our life. Because we'd cuss each other out, we'd cuss about other people. We both use the N-word. I'm working on it. We both use the N-word. We both, we talk. We talk to each other. I thought you didn't use foul language. I'm talking about like on the air. I don't be cussing on the air. It's really only for people who, can take it and who understand my heart. You have to understand my heart and where I'm coming from. But I don't be cussing on the air. Does Lincoln's N-word end in ER? Sometimes. Most times not. But sometimes, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I have another friend, a female friend. I was about to say a lady friend, but that sounds romantic or sexual. She's just a friend who happens to be a female. And when we talk, if somebody ever subpoena my phone, they gonna be like, what is wrong with this guy? You see the way he talk? You just gotta be, so that's what I'm saying. If somebody took that and they released it to the public, oh, that would be horrible. That would be horrible. It would be horrible. And you can't kind of explain it away. Did you hear the way he referred to black people? You can't explain that away, except we just goofing around. You hear the way he talks about women? You can't explain it away. He called them B words and H words and all kind of stuff. S words and C words. The G word. he hates women. No, he loves women. They just goofing around. So yeah, you can't. Her friend did her dirty. I'm not sure. I don't know who the friend was, but that ain't no friend. And I don't respect that. But when they kept saying Danita Pettis, so my brain don't register names a lot of times with faces. Names and faces don't always go together. And I know when I saw her picture, I was like, oh, that's her. Before I saw her picture, I was stuck in the middle. Like, you're like, oh no, they wrong. They set her up. They shouldn't have did that. Or you like, she's a terrible person anyway, and she's getting what she deserved. I had to stay in the middle. There is one of those black female Cincinnati police officers who's like, and again, this is just on a professional level, on a personal level, might be the sweetest person on the planet. But on a professional level, just the nastiest she want to be. She's a little slender, kind of caramel colored, stone-faced, thin stone-faced, short hair woman. I don't know her name. If I I could probably put the name with the face, but I don't remember her name. But she's just, from a professional standpoint, every professional interaction that I've had with her, she was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Now, if it had been her, what I'm saying would be different. She's a shorter woman, Shahara. She's a shorter woman. She's thin. Like I said, she's like, I don't want to say light skin because she's a little lighter than caramel. She got the short haircut. She got the stone face. Y'all asking, what is a stone face? Like, she's got really chiseled features. She's thin. She's got a thin face, but she's got really chiseled features. Why she got to be ugly? I never said she was ugly. Never said that at all. Was she on the TV show? I don't think so. I never watched that TV show, but I don't think so. She is a little, her features she's a little hard looking. Yes. That don't mean she ugly. She just has, stone face is ugly. No, not necessarily. It's just about the features. It's about it's just the features. It's just the features. No, it ain't no Lisa Baker. Why would I say that about Lisa Baker? Only interaction that I've ever had with Lisa Baker was on air saying, hold on, and letting them, putting her on hold to talk to Lincoln. And of course, that time when she tried to, sneak diss me and then got mad when I returned the favor. But other than that, I've never really had any interaction with Lisa Baker. I don't know if she's a good officer or a bad officer. I genuinely don't know. Yeah, Grace Jones-ish. Yes. And I don't think Grace Jones is an ugly woman, but she's got chiseled features. If I'm a woman and an MF called me stone-faced features, I'd be pissed. It's not meant as an insult. It's not meant as an insult. Y'all just take stuff and run with it. Stop trying to start stuff. I already don't like the woman as an officer, and she doesn't like me. She has very, very much made it known she does not like me. And it shows through in her lack of professionalism every interaction that we've had. Yeah, these police, some of them just they don't understand. They don't understand. They can't take honest critique of what they do. When they wrong, I say I think they wrong. Or when I think they wrong, I say I think they wrong. And when I think they're right, I say I think they're right. And it really is crazy. Here's what happens. I say, take this officer over in Kentucky. I say, I don't necessarily think he was wrong. I don't necessarily think he was wrong. And I get someone, it was only one person, but there will be a number of people who will say, oh, do they say capping? You capping for the police or whatever. Why you defending the police? Why you this? Why you that? I'm not defending the police. If I see something. Now, if I saw something happen and I say, man, I believe that officer was out of line. Then you got police and some bootlickers who'll be, oh, so you anti-police. Why you always against the police? So there's really no, I think it's caping, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what none of that stuff means. All I know is sometimes you're going to like it. Sometimes you're not going to like it. LaDonna say, who is Stoneface? I don't know her name. She's an officer. She's a black Cincinnati police officer. Short lady, shorter, not short. She's a shorter lady. She's thin. She's like a tan color. She's got short hair. She's got chiseled features. I guess that's better than saying stone face. It's the same to me. I think every time I see her, she's got on like sunglasses. Even inside. She's always got on, maybe she got on them glasses that they gradually lighten up when you go inside and they darken up when you go out into the sun. And even though I've seen her inside and she had been inside for a long time and they were still dark. But no, this officer, I don't believe that he did that he was wrong. I don't believe that he was wrong. What district does she work in? I don't know. Because I see her all over the place. I even started, when I worked at the radio station, she was at one of the holiday extravaganzas. For whatever reason, she was backstage and I was headed backstage. And as I walked past her, she was like, there go that bad word. I always got something negative to say about the police. You always got something negative to say about the police. And I'm thinking, bitch, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you. Why you coming at me? And I, kept my cool and just kind of grinned and walked past her. And as I was walking past, she just kept, I always got something negative to say. We know you hate us. We know you hate us. And I'm like, I ain't said nothing. I just walked in. I'm headed to the stage and I'm getting the business from you. When I was downtown during the George Floyd, I'm gonna say protests, during the George Floyd protests, and a few people might remember this, when I had walked behind District 1 and an officer told me I was not allowed to go to where the media is. This officer was not with this officer when he told me that. But because it was me, she made her way over there. Oh, yeah, that's him. He always going to have something to say. And she was sitting there trying to egg everything on. Trying to escalate the situation. And then when Vernon, who now, has me blocked, that's a whole different story, was like, ask for a supervisor. And then I asked for a supervisor. Oh, now he want to always try to get a black officer in trouble. See, he don't like us. He didn't. And I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I didn't even see you over there until you made yourself known. I'm just over here trying to take video. Leave me alone, bitch. That's what I was thinking. I didn't say that. That's what I was thinking. I really just ignored her. But I couldn't tell you her name. I genuinely couldn't tell you her name. But Officer Pettis, always professional. If Captain Pettis had been there, Captain Pettis would have been like, hold on, stop. He's a member of the media. Go ahead over there where the media, go ahead. And that would have been the end of it. What else? Oh, they say that, what's her name from yesterday? Carissa, what's the girl name who had planned a relaxing weekend and then got abducted? Carlia? What is her name? I don't know why I can't remember names. Carly. They say her boyfriend done took all her pictures off of his social media. They say, I was reading a report where they say her boyfriend done took all her pictures off of his social media. He needed to. That's what he needed to do. He should have done that. Because look, especially, well, okay, not initially. Your girl come up missing, and people were saying that he may have had something to do with it. Can you imagine that? You minding your business. Your girl on the way home. You get a call from her mama or whoever, say somebody done kidnapped. They said kidnapped. They didn't say abducted. Somebody done kidnapped Carly. And he like, oh my goodness, we got to find her. And next thing you know, people like, I bet it was Emanuel. I bet he had something to do with it. I bet it was Brent. Bet Brent had something to do with it. I bet it was, and you sitting there like, hold on, y'all, I'm trying to find my baby. Y'all are trying to accuse me of this? Now I got to kind of defend me. I can't go out and look like I want to. That is terrible. I can't go out and look like I want to, because the dudes that be killing their girlfriends and wives, they always out there looking. So if I don't go out, like, you in a lose-lose situation. I pray, not for this reason, but partially for this reason, I pray nothing ever happens to Mrs. Livingston. Because I'm in a lose-lose situation. If I organize people, see, he doing all that, he doing too much. He probably has something to do with it. If I just participate in the vigil, see, look how he faking like he's sad. You can tell he had something to do with it. Them tears don't even seem real. Or I'm not a crier. So I'm at the vigil. See, he ain't even crying. He can't even manufacture no tears. He had something to do with it. I can't win. And if I don't show up to the vigil, he don't even care enough to show up to the vigil. He had something to do with it. If I don't go out and search, he ain't even searching. He had something to do with it. No matter what you do as the boyfriend, you're a suspect. And somebody will take everything that you do or don't do, and that'll be evidence that you had something to do with it. And you know that's what he was dealing with. At least that's what he said. That's what he said. He said that's what he was dealing with. People were accusing him of having something to do with her coming up missing. I'd be mad. And then she come home. And initially you happy. Like, yeah, she home. Everybody just give us our privacy. Everybody, please just give us our privacy. She home. She went through a horrible physical and mental ordeal. She home. Leave her alone. Just let her relax. Let her be. You're like, baby, you want to talk about it? And she like, it was a man with orange hair. And they fed me cheese crackers. And I escaped, and then they captured me again. I got my notes from yesterday. It was a baby walking. You know what I'm saying? I followed that baby for 6 football fields. You're like, what? 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 They blindfolded me. They made me get undressed and they took naked pictures of me. What? They what? And you're like, and I was trying to protect you, and this is what you came up with? You just fade into the background, take the pictures off your social media, and shut up. Right, Sierra. He wasn't there to protect her, so you know he had something to do with it. What man just gonna let his girlfriend drive home from work at night by herself, go to the store and buy Cheez-Its and granola bars by herself? He had something to do with it. Why when she saw the baby on the highway, why didn't she call her boyfriend? Because he didn't make her feel safe. And if she feel unsafe around him, he probably had something to do with it. No matter what you do or don't do, as the boyfriend, you're a suspect. And y'all know me. I got a condition. And so they be done told me, well, look, sir, the police done came over, knocked on the door. I opened the door. They're like, can we come in? I'm like, you got a warrant? They like, what? Well, then I come out and talk to you on the porch, but you can't come in my house. If he ain't got nothing to hide, why won't he let us in the house? But then they start telling me the story. Well, she's missing. And they say that she saw a baby walking on the side of the highway. She saw a what? It was a toddler in a t-shirt and Pampers walking on the side of the highway. What? She saw a baby on the highway. If he didn't do nothing, why he laughing? His woman missing. He laughing. Because that sound ridiculous. Are you sure y'all heard her right? That don't sound normal. See, you know he had something to do with it because he already questioning her story. I'm not questioning. I'm just making sure y'all got the right version of the story because that don't seem reasonable to me. Next thing you know, I'm the prime suspect. So if I'm him, her daggone pictures would have been off of my page. But I understand. She was missing. He was worried, sleepless nights, crying and all that stuff. She show up, he happy. I get it. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Hold on a second. CK, hold on. Don't start talking yet. I had to go get my other cable that's upstairs. I don't have to go get it right now, but I keep having to switch this cable around. No, that's not where that go. I put it in the wrong hole. Hold on. All right, CK.
We knew the bitch was lying as soon as the words came out of her mouth.
Why she gotta be all that?
I mean, we knew the chick was lying as soon as the words came out of her mouth. Tell me you ain't know she was lying.
I didn't know she was lying. I still don't know she lying.
And I know you. As soon as you told me Trump, you got jumped by some Trump supporters in Chicago that late at night, and it's the coldest day of the winter. Like you say, I'm laughing. I'm laughing at who the hell dumb enough to believe that?
Wait,
a toddler walking on the highway?
You're combining two ridiculous stories.
It's the same thing.
No, it's different. Different stories.
They're two lies. A lie is a lie. I just hit that $1 billion. I just hit that $1 billion lottery yesterday. You know I was lying as soon as I started. As soon as I said I hit the lottery yesterday, you knew I was lying. You got to question the people that believe it. Those are the people with the low IQ. I think people that believe it don't even believe it. They just act like they believe it.
Hold on. Let me be completely honest. Okay, I don't believe it, but that don't necessarily mean it's not true. She could still be telling the truth. It could just be like a super strange story.
100% zero. It ain't even like a DNA with your child. 100% not true. Soon as you start off with the baby walking on the toddler, you know it's lying.
But
it don't even sound right.
It's the highway.
How the baby walking on the toddler?
Highway.
Same thing.
The toddler walking
still
on
don't
the
make
highway.
sense, do it?
Well,
right? Toddler working on the highway.
Hold on. Stranger things are happening. People have, abandoned their children, I would imagine, on the side of the highway at some time in the history of the world.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, you're right.
Right.
Okay, soon as I tell listen. Soon as I say I seen a baby walk like Emanuel, I seen a baby walking on the highway today. Okay, you don't believe it's a lie right away. But then when I say, and when I went to pick the toddler up, I found a Powerball winning ticket right in the baby's diaper. Now you know I'm lying.
But that's not what she said. But that's not what she said. And if you
she said, I said she came up missing, right? That was she called 911 and said, right?
She called 911 and said there was a toddler walking on the highway. Yes.
That's believable. But then when she come up missing, now I know, oh, this is a plot by a fool.
Not necessarily. See, I don't believe her story. I'm being honest. But at the same time, I'm not 100% dismissing it. There's like a 3% chance she could be telling the truth. See,
yes,
CK,
you can see CK. A baby walking on the highway,
CK,
but you can't come up missing at the same. That's too much.
It's not too much, CK. All right, so you acknowledge that it's possible to see for someone to abandon their toddler on the highway, right?
Okay, there it is.
So that's possible. And it's possible because everybody like, how do a toddler know how to just stay on the side of the road? Toddlers ain't stupid. They see traffic coming. A whole lot of toddlers ain't just going to run out into the traffic. They going to walk along the side of the road. That's not completely unreasonable. All right?
Right.
So,
okay, you got me. I'm believing the story.
So it's not unreasonable then for a woman to pull over to the side of the highway to help a toddler on the side of the highway, right?
Right. We all good. Everything making sense so far.
Now look, so someone comes out the woods. You ever drove up the highway where it's wooded on one side?
Mm-hmm.
You imagine if you walk in, some man could jump out and snatch a woman, right?
That's where.
So wait, so you're saying it is impossible for a man to jump out of the woods on the side of the highway and snatch somebody?
No, it's not impossible.
Right.
But
So
when I'm saying witnesses. I'm saying then we're gonna have somebody. You're not gonna be the only person to see a toddler walking on the highway.
A lot of people
and then get kidnapped.
Look. A lot of people might not pay attention. Let me tell you, I almost had an accident today driving to work. I don't know what I was doing. I was zoning out. I was listening to This Will Be by Natalie Cole on the live version on the album. And I just changed lanes. I thought I looked. I thought wasn't nobody, but it was somebody in my blind spot. I normally do 2, 3, 4 checks to make sure. Sometimes you just zoned out. You're not, and a lot of people, this is 2023, a lot of people don't pay, it was dark. A lot of people don't pay attention to what's happening. They're focused on they phone. They're because people do like I do. They just lie about it. They texting while driving, or they talking on the phone while driving, or, they doing something else while driving. I would imagine it's possible for a toddler to walk 10 miles, theoretically, to walk 10 miles on the highway, and a lot of people didn't even see it. Like, you passed a toddler. I didn't even see it. I was in my phone. I was paying attention to the road. I was looking at the GPS. I was something. So it's possible. I'm not saying it's probable. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm saying it's possible.
Right. But okay, so you felt the same way with Jussie Smollett when you heard that?
Yeah.
I knew he was lying.
Well,
you going to get a Subway at 3 a.m. in the coldest day of the earth, and Trump supporters come get you, put a noose around your neck, beat you down. I know you're lying. It don't make no sense. There's 0% chance that happens.
Look,
I'm saying if I'm right. Okay.
If you ever watch CK, some unbelievable crime stories, you'll be like, what are the chances of that happening in that way to that person at that point, at that time?
Like a chance encounter. Like, okay, I seen a pretty white girl walk past a killer, and just all he did was open the door up for her, and they never seen her again. Serial killer, right?
All right.
Okay, that's probable. That could happen. That's just a chance encounter. But the chance, okay, it's either one or the other. You hit the lottery, but you didn't find the lottery in the baby's pampers walking on the highway.
That's what makes these stories so tragic, is that, and sometimes unbelievable, is that a lot of the stuff that actually happens, you look at it and you like, that's what, you ever heard that term, truth is stranger than fiction? Sometimes some of these stories, I hear it. I watch a lot of different little crime stories, and it's like the investigators are investigating it, and the investigators don't believe the story, and they're like, you couldn't write this. If somebody wrote this for a Hollywood script, it would get rejected because everything sounds so ridiculous, but it's exactly the way that it happened. So again, I'm not saying she told the truth. I'm not saying Jussie Smollett told the truth. I'm just saying both of their stories are technically possible, while not likely or probable. They're possible. So until we know that she lied, I don't know that it's fair to say with 100% certainty that she lied.
Yeah, and with Jussie now, you know his stance, his you know what I mean? You know who he is. So I already knew, okay, he's a gay man, he's against Trump, and then this happens. Like, oh, you just trying to get your profile high. You clout chasing off a fake story. You're just making up something to become, because you want to become, remember, he said, I'm the gay Tupac. That lie was part of his character. That sound like some shit he would do. It wasn't like, oh, hey, why would Jussie do it? Like you said, if Angela Bassett did it, then you'd be like, I guess they did do it. That wouldn't seem like something she'd do. But a gay man who be talking about he the Tupac and he be talking about Trump, sounds like the type of guy that would make up some shit about some Trump supporters whooping his ass and saying, "Yeah, we're getting rid of you F words.
But it is
We're getting rid of you,"
possible.
and put a noose.
But it is possible that a
Not in
person.
Chicago at 3 a.m.
No, it is possible that a person could get a hankering for some Subway at 3:00 in the morning, even in the winter in Chicago, especially a person of some means. And if there is a Subway open, you get 24-hour joints. So if there's a Subway open, let's go get a Subway. And is it possible that Trump supporters could jump somebody, in particular a celebrity, that they know is not a Trump supporter? Is that possible? Yeah. Is it possible they could tie a noose around his neck to humiliate him, frighten him, or whatever? Is that possible? Yes, it's possible. Now, that little shoestring noose, maybe not, but it's possible. That's all I'm saying. Like, some of y'all would be horrible, horrible jurors.
Yeah, and if you go to a gay bar and meet a white man and go home with him, it's a possibility that he might kill you and eat you. Now that's possible, because look at what you're doing. That's kind of likely.
It's not likely.
That's kind of likely. You in there, this dude telling you, "I'm gonna give you $1,000 for some pictures." It sounds too good. The offer's too good to be true. You doing risky things. It's probable that you're gonna get eaten by a gay white man if you going to gay bars and going home with strange gay men.
That's not probable. It's possible, but it's not probable.
Where you think this human trafficking coming from? All these women coming up missing at these what they call them lot lizards, and unsolved. These truck drivers got bodies full of human trafficking women. They picking them up all on the highway.
I'm not even sure what
disappearing, taking them to Mexico. Cartel.
What are we talking about?
You know what I'm saying? Because they doing risky behavior. You out here slanging that poutine to random truck drivers, and then you're getting snatched up. It's a good chance you're going to get kidnapped and raped if you out here just slanging coochie on the highway through America. That's why the kidnapping stuff is so far.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean? But see, this crazy. And another thing I wanted to holler at you about, right? Remember?
No, what?
Remember I told you, I said, Key sounds sexy last time I talked to you, right?
I don't remember you saying that, but okay.
Yeah, you told her, you was on the phone with her. You was telling her, right?
Okay, yeah.
I was saying, see, this is the thing. All I said, that's just a compliment. I ain't say I want to smash. I want to date. You can't even give women compliments in 2023. She wouldn't even let you get it out. No. You couldn't even get it. It's like, damn, you can't even give a black woman compliments nowadays? You sound sexy?
It's not.
Is that offensive?
It's not a black woman thing. It's a societal thing. And some of it, and I know some of it is ridiculous, okay? Some of it is absolutely ridiculous. But some of it is men's fault. Some men don't know how to compliment. And some men try to disguise, their I don't know what you call it. Some men
intent.
Some men try to disguise their negative intent as a compliment. And so when you put all of that together and you put it's 2023 and things are just bonkers in 2023, it's partially men's fault that it can't happen. I don't know a lot of women that genuinely have a problem or would have a problem if it wasn't for a history of undertones, would genuinely have a problem with somebody saying, "That's a nice shirt." Or, "Oh, you got your hair done. That looks nice." Most women wouldn't genuinely have a problem with that, except throughout the history of men. "Ooh, that's a nice shirt," mean, "Look at them titties. Ooh, I want to suck your titties." You know what I'm saying? If men had never done that stuff, then women wouldn't be, you can't tell a woman she got nice lips because you know what that means. It shouldn't mean that. It should just mean you got nice lips. But men have taken a simple, genuine compliment and flipped it around. And so, yeah, now to some degree, women have to be on guard. Like, oh, he said I got nice lips. He thinking about me sucking his, what? I don't know, you know, and it just, that's partially men's fault.
So how do you handle if a woman tells you have nice lips? What's your response?
Thank you.
There it is. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I said black women because we constantly see on your platform and others, black women saying, we are the least protected species. Everybody hates black women. And what I do, I go out of my way to compliment black women and tell them how beautiful they are, how intelligent they are, how they are the best in the world. And it gets no reaction. It's like, you can't have it. How is y'all the least protected? No, you just don't like when a motherfucker give you a compliment.
No. Look, CK.
You don't like compliment. You
CK,
like somebody to bash you. That's the only thing you recognize is negativity.
No, CK, this is going to be part of the seminar. CK, look, understand this. You, and I'm taking your word for it. Yours is an honest to goodness compliment. Just, oh, you look nice. You're beautiful or whatever. It's just an honest compliment.
She sounds sexy, like I told
you. She sounds sexy. It's an honest compliment. But do you know how many creepers done probably threw that same compliment with all kind of creepy, freaky, nasty intent behind it that she's had to endure following, hey, you're beautiful. Oh, thank you. You want to, can we go get it? I want to grab you. Just because you're an honorable guy don't mean that she hasn't had 4,000 non-honorable guys give her that exact same compliment. So, yeah, no, she possibly not going, hey, you're beautiful. She probably, yeah, whatever, and just going to keep moving on.
Yeah, Victoria Smith, she said, CK sound hurt. Sierra said, it's not the message, it's the messenger. So, like you said, so you're saying if you're a beautiful woman, do you think they didn't got so many compliments throughout their lifetime that it's really frivolous, like it really don't mean shit to them when they get a compliment?
It's not that it don't mean anything to. Why are you telling her she's beautiful?
Because I think you're beautiful. I'm expressive. I express myself.
Hold on, but why are you telling her that?
Because I think she deserved it. Okay, because of what I said. Because I hear a lot of black women say that we are the least protected species. Black women are trash. Just like you talk about a lot on your platform. You say black women, why people dog black women out? So I go out of my way to compliment African-American women to try to make them feel better about themselves.
So you're telling her, hold on. So you're telling her that she's beautiful to make her feel better about herself.
And it makes me feel good to give a compliment. I guess it's self-pleasurable too, because I like to put smiles on people's face.
So you're telling her she's beautiful so that she'll smile, and that makes you feel good.
Yeah, it makes me happy to make someone else feel happy. But when I get the negative energy from it, it's like, damn, should we compliment our women or should we not? I mean, what do they like?
And again,
because she said,
but CK, here's what you have to keep in mind. Number one, you don't know what she's been through today. Number two, you don't know her situation. And I say that because look, I'm watching this show. Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. But I'm watching this show called The D. I think it's called The Big D. It's about divorced couples. It's one of them reality shows where they put these people on this island and put them all in a house and, try to give them a whole lot of alcohol and try to catch somebody on camera having sex. So it's one of those, reality shows. I watched Temptation Island followed by The Big D. Okay. And on this show, there's one woman. Well, they just voted her off. But there's one woman on the show. Her husband is always drunk. And you can't convince me that he didn't smack her around when they were married, right? And I could imagine, because I want to say this happened on the show. A guy gave her a compliment on the show. He was ready to fight the guy who gave her the compliment, and he was all up in her face about, how dare you disrespect me? And she was like, I didn't do anything. He came up to me and he gave me a compliment. I didn't even respond to the compliment, but if they had been at home, he was ready to slap the fire out of that woman because that man came up and gave her a compliment. So you don't know her situation. You don't know, where's her dude? Can he see it? If you give her a compliment and tell her she's beautiful, is she gonna get her ass kicked tonight because CK told her she was beautiful? You never know a situation until you know the situation. So that's why I'm asking, why are you giving the compliment? It's possible to look at a woman, think she's beautiful, and don't say nothing.
Hey, but who I am, I'm a complimentary person. I don't just compliment women, I compliment men also.
So you tell
if you
men
guys on a nice suit.
Wait, so you
I'll tell a dude, I'll be like, I like them shoes. Where you get them at? Them slick. I'll do that.
Hold on, wait. I ain't never heard you type in or never seen you type in when anybody called, damn, he sounds sexy.
No, it's not sexy. No, it's not sexy. No, hold on.
Why not? Hold on, why not? Why won't you say that about a dude? Why won't you say that about a dude?
That's not my preference. But I'm saying,
wait, hold on. No. Okay. Follow me with this. You say that's not. What do you mean it's not your preference?
Sexy is like I don't know what a man sounding sexy sounds like. I can't, but a woman sounding sexy, I could be like, oh, she said she got a sexy voice.
But what does that mean? What does a sexy voice mean?
It's like sensual, like she sounds like she looks like she's a pretty woman.
Sensual is a whole different thing. See, when you say sexy, I know some people equate that to sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never heard you compliment a dude's voice. And we done had some strong sounding dudes, some intelligent sounding dudes, but I've never heard you say like, man, that dude voice sound, so whatever. So
it's going to be different because it's a man. It's not a woman. I'm not going to compliment a man the same way I compliment a woman. It's just like I said, I would say, oh, that's a nice suit. Or those, oh, I like them gators. Where you get them at? It's something like that. Like you, somebody might be wearing something that you might want to rock, but I'm not looking at him like, oh, he's beautiful. No, I'm like, oh, that's a nice jacket, stuff like that. But I'm still complimenting. It's still my nature. So I'm a complimentary type of person.
But you ain't gonna never tell a dude he got a sexy voice, though, right?
Man, now that's bisexual.
I'm just checking.
How you gonna tell a man he sounds
It's a
sexy?
voice. All you talking about is the sound of the voice. You could be saying to a man, you have a voice that sounds like a dude's voice that's an attractive dude.
How? But I can't fathom that. I'm a man. He's a man. I can't. That's for a woman to say that he sounds like. Oh, he said he has a sexy voice.
All I'm saying,
it wouldn't be natural for me to tell a man that he sounds sexy that he looks beautiful.
I'm not trying to get you to say that a man is sexy or has a sexy voice. The point that I'm trying to make to you is when you talk about complimenting people, there is a certain kind of sexual chemistry, that might not be the best word, but a certain sexual something to you complimenting a woman, her voice, her eyes, her lips. Now, the different if you like, that's a pretty blouse, that's that maybe not. Right. Maybe you just like blouses, which is weird in and of itself. But when you complimenting a woman and the way she look and her body parts and all of that kind of stuff, there is a certain sexuality to it.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. And you don't know her situation. You don't know what she been through today. You don't know what she went through last week. You don't know how many times she done heard that same compliment followed by some sick stuff. So, I just stop. Unless you know
them. And another reason I think we do as men, and not just me, but men that do compliment women, we like their response. You like, because most women smile and you make them feel good when you hear them like, oh, your hair look good, girl. I love natural hair. So anytime I come around a black woman that has natural hair, it don't matter what it look like. I always say, oh, I love your hair. It could be looking crazy, but just because it's natural, my love for black women with natural hair makes me always compliment them.
All right.
So I like, it's just, that's that. Maybe that's what I get out of it. Making people feel good makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Or do
it does. It does.
Come on, man. I had to get this out, man. That shit was eating me up for years. You hear me? Years.
You could just keep that to yourself.
Keep what to myself? The compliment?
Yes, you could keep the.
So you don't compliment people.
You just finished saying, which is the weird part of this conversation. You start out the conversation saying you can't compliment black women. Black women can't take a compliment. But just a few seconds ago, you said the majority of the women that you compliment, they just smile and say thank you. So which is it?
I said majority of women. When you talk about their hair and stuff, yes. But I'm saying, okay, you got me right there. You got me. But I'm saying we had an example of it's different if I was like, if you're like, yeah, CK want to know, would you go out on a date with him? Like, hell no. He just said, you can't even take a compliment. I'm like, man, but I'm saying this is part of the trauma that we went through as people. Like you said, it's so much hatred and stuff in the world. People can't even do nice things, without getting, just look at them. They calling me a creep. So fucking compliment. You can't even compliment your own people without people calling you a creep. So you a fucking racist because you goddamn complimenting people? That's what's pissing people off.
All right. But you did say the majority of the women just accept the compliment, though, right?
But
so then just hang on to that. So just hang on to that. The majority of the women accept the compliment and just hang on to that.
But I went to my class, man. I had to holler at you about that, man. I had to whenever I go to my little counseling sessions, man, I hit you up with the little subjects we be talking about. Yep.
All right.
But I appreciate the convo, brother.
All right, CK.
All right, much love to the family. Y'all keep making that bread.
All right. That's CK. That's CK. CK, I think Fabe said you sound sexy. How does that make you feel? I do tell you sound sexy. How did that make you feel? Everybody don't want your compliment. Everybody don't need your compliment. Fame didn't actually say that. He going to Samoa to get himself a man. 513-717. I'm just teasing Fame. I'm just teasing you, Fame. I know what you meant. It was just funny the way you put it. And so I figured I would just throw that in there. Let me see. What else? Something else is happening. I hope everybody has a great weekend. But there was something else. There was another story that I wanted to discuss. I hate when this happens. Hold on. I might even took a picture of it. Sometimes I do that. I'll be searching and I just take a picture of the story that I want to talk about. No, I didn't take a picture of it. Okay, I don't remember. There was another story that I wanted to discuss, but I can't find it. But yeah, no, I said I hope everyone has an amazing weekend, Nikki, because I'm not going to be on tomorrow. I've got a potential client coming over and I'll be walking him through the screen printing shop and letting him see how we do what we do. Letting him see how by we, I mean me. Letting him see how we do what we do. Can I ask a question? Ladies? I don't want to say advice. Y'all heard the conversation with me and CK. Am I out of line in what I'm saying? Like, you don't always have to compliment somebody. You don't always have to, I see a whole lot of beautiful women. They just walk around, oh, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Hi, you're beautiful. Hey, beautiful. And sometimes you can just keep that stuff to yourself, right? Let me go to the phone. Fame.
This is Malcolm Excellence. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm sorry, I missed the name today. What did you say?
Malcolm Excellence.
Oh, all right. What's on your mind?
Yeah. I wasn't even offended by you. I heard what you said earlier, and the little joke you just made now. I heard all that shit. I wasn't offended because it was just so unclever. It was like, I ain't gonna even laugh at that. Like, damn, bro, that's the best you got on a work day.
That's it.
To try to insult Fame.
That's it.
And then you got these other suckers who used to do the same, hating on another podcast. They brought it over to your show. It's like y'all still whack. 2 podcasts later, a whole other podcast, and you 2 niggas, Prosser and Daryl, you still whack. Your commentary sucks. You offer nothing and nobody shows. I need you 2 after this show. If Daryl and Prosser, if you got 5 minutes, please go to hell. Okay? Now, you talk about Short. I'll tell you what. I was more offended than Shorty, Carly Russell.
Uh-huh.
I was more offended that she thought that we would fall for that black ass story she gave than I was at you calling me gay. I was more offended at that. Like, damn, you insulting our intelligence now. Because the cell, and now that we know the cell phone stuff, that's the key. That's the coup de grace. Like, all the rising action tells the story. What the hell you doing still in a bathrobe for?
And is it possible, Fame, is it possible that what they say, she got fired, right? Sometime, you know what I'm saying, you gonna take some stuff. She took a robe and she took some toilet paper because her plan was, and she searched Taken and some other things associated with that.
Yeah.
Because maybe, I'm just saying, is it possible, not probable, not likely, is it possible, Fame, that she planned to go home, take her clothes off, put on a robe, a nice robe, with a roll of toilet paper, watch Taken with the new information that she's gathered about abduction, and have a good night, have a good cry, watching a good movie, eating some Cheez-Its and granola bars after she finished eating her main dish, and just enjoy herself. Is that possible?
It's entirely possible, but we know good and goddamn well it didn't happen here. It wasn't about to happen. That was not the case. That's why the boyfriend doesn't deleted all the stuff, because he probably got over there and, tried to touch his girl and seen some hickeys or something. It was like, oh, you nasty motherfucker, you. Pardon me for cursing. I do apologize. But I'm at home. I'm comfortable.
That's all right. You can cuss. I don't cuss, but you can cuss.
Nah, I try not to do that. Rothstein, Malcolm Excellence, I love the kids. This is about the children. The children need to be listening to this show. You know what I'm saying? Not these wackos talk about girls won't compliment. They don't like his compliments. Like, damn. Okay, move on. How's you dwelling on that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
he likes to make women
You take that to your counselor, you fucking weirdo? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I see why you in counselor. No, because this brother always got something to say to me. It's his turn. He always got something to say to me. I don't even mention him. Because he don't move me. But he out here talking about a counselor and the women don't like him. Like, bro, you got real deep issues. And quit talking about him on the radio, the podcast.
Oh my goodness.
You got real problems, B. You know what I'm saying? I complimented Nikki Davis once. She blocked me. We cool now. You know what I'm saying? It be like that.
He like to make women feel good, and there's nothing wrong.
Well, apparently he don't make them feel good. That's not your game. Maybe you need to pay a little more to make them feel good. I don't know. That's not your game. Stop, B. Just stop, before you get yourself in real trouble. I take that back. Daryl, what I said about Daryl, I apologize, because he's right. He's the one that said he sounds creepy. He's right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Prosper, you still ain't said nothing in 2 good podcasts. You said nothing redeemable on either podcast. You need to just stop.
All right. I don't
You know
know.
what I'm saying?
I
Quit
missed
rapping
I
and
missed
start robbing
both of the
banks
names.
like
I'm
it's
sorry.
Eddie B. Well, actually 3 podcasts now because he call him Wyatt.
All right. I missed both of the names. I don't know who you're talking about. It's not that important to me.
Yeah, I know it ain't, but you know who Prosper is. But listen, hey man, just like what's her name? Carly's boyfriend. What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Oh, okay. Well, just like Carly's boyfriend said to her, probably, it's been real. I had fun. Maybe we'll try this again some other day. Oh!
All right. That's fine. I don't know. Look, y'all got beef and at least fill me in on the beef before you bring the beef to the show so I can at least understand what's going on. Hold on a second. Let me undo that. All right. Anything else? Anybody got anything else? Oh, it looked like something happened. I don't know if y'all can see me. My the chat went out on here. But that's okay. How I start stuff. I didn't start nothing. I was minding my own business. He said he going over to Samoa to get himself a defensive lineman. That's not me starting anything. I be trying to mind my own business. All right. Yeah, I got to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Again, have a great weekend. I'm not 100% sure that I won't be on tomorrow. I'm about as sure, though, that I won't be on tomorrow as y'all sure that Carly was lying. About as sure as that. So it's possible. It's possible that I'll be on tomorrow. Probably about as possible as it is as she got abducted by the orange man with the bald spot. But still kept her Cheez-Its and granola bars. Oh, that's kind of funny, even though that's kind of possible too. I watch fails. I watch a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't watch. That's very few redeeming qualities. But you ever seen them dudes? There'd be dudes doing all kind of stuff with a beer in their hand. The floor can collapse. They can fall down 3 stories, break both legs, like all they ribs, have a concussion, but they still gonna have that beer up in the air and not spill a drop. So it's possible. She really wanted them Cheez-Its and granola bars. So when he had her climbing the fence, she was like, I don't care about that wig. I don't care about that phone. I don't care about that car, but I am not leaving my granola bar and my Cheez-Its. So she had to climb a fence. Do you know how hard it is to climb a fence holding a box of Cheez-Its and granola bars? It's possible. It's possible. Difficult, but possible. Y'all have a great weekend. I hope something amazing happens to you. It's life-changing in a good way before the weekend is over. Until next time, it's been the Afternoon Experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm out, y'all. Peace.